Greetings to you, my friends. I am Adamu of the monadic entity of the Pleiadian civilization. Many have asked what this means, the monadic entity of the Pleiadian civilization. I would, on this occasion, like to take a moment to explain in brief and simple terms. It is this. From the higher perspective, there are a number of great spirit beings of massive complexity that together have co-created this whole universe. Together they have expressed themselves into all the many dimensional levels that make up this universe. Each of these is a monadic entity, and I speak for one such. We are present at every level of this universe, including the third dimension where you currently find yourself. And indeed it is so that there are people on planet Earth right now who are spiritually starseeds from the Pleiadian family. These, the thoughts and dreams of the monadic entity, are unlikely to know this, and if they do, they are unlikely to have much by way of useful memory in this regard. This is because all who enter the third density are deeply veiled by forgetfulness. But that's another topic for another day. For now, all I wish to say is that there are Pleiadian souls amongst you. Many listening to this message will themselves be such. And from one perspective, each one will feel like a whole and complete being. And this will be true. From a certain perspective, they are whole and complete. But inside each being, there is a connection to a greater being, an inner self who is aware of itself as having had many incarnations, many of them not on planet Earth, many of them in the star cluster we call home, the Pleiades. And these inner selves are also aware that they are a part of something greater yet, an oversoul that knows that all such incarnations across space and time are really just figments of the imagination, illusory stories that it is telling itself so that it may better understand itself. And these oversouls are aware that they too are a part of something even greater, a monadic entity that is aware that it is completely outside of space and time, and that it has expressed itself into reality constructs without number, that this universe is just one of an infinite number of playgrounds that it plays in. And that is, in the briefest of terms, what the monadic entity of the Pleiadian civilization is. I, Adamu, am a creation of this entity. I saw incarnated life in the very early days of this universe, when it was still quite young on a planet in the Lyran system. That planet was destroyed a very, very long time ago, and naught but dust remains of it now. But this too is a story for another time. The point is, I lived an incarnated life then. But in those times we did not live as you do now. We did not reincarnate. We incarnated once and lived a very, very long time. We lived the equivalent of thousands of years. And as we aged, so we gathered light and wisdom. In one lifetime, we went from deep density right the way to literally ascending ourselves back into the light of the oneness of our being. And this I eventually did too. I lived an incarnated life, and then I returned to the oneness of the monadic entity. And now I speak to you from that perspective. From the perspective of a unity-conscious being that is complete, whole, and sovereign. The being that has created from within its own mind all the souls that would come to be the whole Pleiadian civilization. Now, there are numerous monadic entities expressed here into this reality. Many of them are present upon Earth, and many upon Earth are expressed as the souls of humankind. You might be Pleiadian, but you might also originate from any one of a number of different monadic beings. There are some that are quite as massive as we the Pleiadians are. And then there are some, such as young Zingdad's own entity, that have only expressed the barest handful of incarnations. Each monad is unique. Each has profound value to add. And all, ultimately, come from the same unfathomably great oneness, which is the true source of all that is. And so it is that I know this. No matter who you are, and no matter what your spiritual heritage and story, in truth, you and I are one. You are the part of me that is experiencing your life, and I am the part of you that is expressed from the perspective of the Pleiadian monad. Now there is much information and wisdom that we, the Pleiadian monad, have gathered that I would like to share with you. It is love that compels me to do so. Love for all humanity, as the part of me that is currently engaged in a very difficult, challenging and confusing game. The dream you are dreaming and the story you are telling yourself is about transitioning yourself out of the darkness and into the light. And so this is a time of great change in your planetary space-time nexus. Time is speeding up, you will have heard it said. What this really means is that change is happening at an ever-accelerating rate. Novelty, newness, will accelerate. New thoughts about old situations are possible now in a way that they simply were not before. And new choices are what you will be making at a previously unimaginable pace. This is because this is not just the time of change, but the time of ascension. Your soul is calling you home. But this process of returning home is not without its pitfalls. Many parts of self have found temporary, illusory rewards in their deep separation. Their egos have become soaked in the gratification of earthly riches and power, and they have become quite intoxicated with all this. They have come to love the darkness of separation. They have in fact become agents of the deepening of the separation. This is not their fault. They are not wrong. They are just playing their role. But now as the change happens, so they naturally work to resist this change. And given that they hold the reins of temporal power on Earth, this means they can certainly make things quite uncomfortable. And if you're willing to dance to their tune, they can make it difficult for you too. So this is a delicate time, a time for carefully guided steps in the midst of breathtaking change. For many this will not be easy to accomplish, and so it is that I desire to help. I am serving as one of many midwives who are helping to birth your planetary civilization from the darkness into the light. As one part of this service, I am beginning a new process of speaking to you through my friend Zingdad. I'll be offering you a series of short recorded chats and also writing with him a very much more in-depth series of communications. Some information can be presented succinctly and easily, but some of it needs a lot more words to explain in detail. I invite you to come with me on this journey of discovery that I will be hosting through Zingdad. I think you might find what I have to share to be both enlightening and empowering. It will, after all, be all about you and your ascension. It will include discussions about creating your reality, and especially co-creating the reality you most desire to live in, a reality in which you will be reunited once again with your star family from the Pleiades and elsewhere. I love you with the heart of oneness. I am Adamu of the monadic entity of the Pleiadian civilization.